I'm just trying to wrap my mind around this moment. I'm here with the most beautiful woman in Nigeria, and we're about to eat a giant rat. Pretty cool Friday.
Welcome to Nigeria. Before we enter Lagos, Africa's biggest city of over 20 million, we're heading deep into the countryside to explore Nigeria's most unique protein, bushmeat. Wild African animals that are hunted or more commonly trapped for the purpose of consumption.
Have you ever eaten these?
No, I haven't.
Bushmeat is fairly common here, but not all bushmeat is the same.
This particular animal is high in protein,
I think all meat is high in protein.
but this particular one is very high in protein.
Super protein.
In our first 2 Nigeria episodes, Miss Nigeria and I are taking on this distinct delicacy.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
From clean and orderly bushmeat farms to markets hawking wild animals, some that I never expected to see for sale. But before that, I'm heading to a small local village to see what folks here cook up as part of their everyday diet.
Breakfast is here. By the way, thank you.
Esther and her family settled here by the river a few hours from the mega city of Lagos. Folks around here make most of their income through fishing and farming, but selling fish traps is another common side hustle. Esther has a third business that brings in neighbors and brought us here too.
It looks stunning, and it's a large volume of food. That's about the size of my stomach. They say your stomach is about the size of your fist. Do you know that?
No, I do.
That's your stomach
So
right
you think
there.
my stomach is smaller?
This is even more than your stomach. Could you eat this whole thing?
I don't think so.
See?
Made from corn that's been fermented for 3 days, pop is a good source of calories and nutrition. Prep is simple. Boil it in water and mix. But pop alone is bland. Folks usually combine it with something else.
First of all, we have to add the sugar to the pop.
Ruth, my local guide, shows me how to double down on the flavor.
Yeah.
This.
Oh, you get deep.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going. Oh,
See that?
real deep. Wow.
Or a side meal made of beans and red chili peppers.
Holy shit. No, I can do it. No, sit down. Take a break.
Then deep fried until it turns a beautifully crispy shade of golden brown. They call it.
Akura.
Akara.
Akara.
Yeah, it's nice if you eat it together.
These are simple, affordable ingredients, but when prepared the right way, with a bit of work and creativity, it's delicious.
And a little more pop.
That's a combination.
I like it. It kind of coats your mouth. It's so smooth. A little bit sweet from the sugar. Almost sour. They're both good. I love these fritters. Super crunchy, just a little bit of seasoning, not overpowering.
Pop and bean cakes are breakfast staples, but in the end, they are just cleverly disguised vegetables. So what about the meat? Well, today is a special day.
This is the first process of the goat preparation. They kind of singe the hairs off. This is a method I've seen done everywhere. In Papua, when they did a pig. In Vietnam, when they do goat. In Ninh Binh, they do the same thing.
Next, chopped pieces of goat meat are boiled in a soup made with plantains, red chili peppers, and lemongrass. The dish is called goat pepper soup, a recipe anyone around Nigeria will recognize.
So right here, she has kind of a chicken bouillon. You know, the goat is a little too goaty. We want it to be a little chickeny too. You want some goat? Ah. What are these homes made out of? Is it just mud? Is there something else?
He said stick, it's gotten in the forest, and then the wall is made of mud.
How long does it take to build a house like this? Is that long or fast for you?
See, that's long, since it's just mud. They just pass like.
These are plantains?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a sticky potato. It's taken on some of that broth. I like that. I'm gonna try the meat now. I love the meat. It's super juicy, but more than anything, this seasoning combination, especially with all the chilies, super good. Why the peppers? Why is that so popular as a seasoning? Do you have any idea?
It is healthy, even more healthy than plantain. It has more nutrients and helps the immune system fight diseases.
And is it only with goat, or are people doing this preparation with other animals too?
We could have beef pepper soup. We could have pig, even a dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you had the dog one?
No, I haven't.
Coming up, me and the most beautiful woman in Nigeria are gonna take on this country's most unique bushmeat protein. But first, lunch.
Mikashi,
Yes.
we're doing it.
Yes. Welcome to Mama J.
Do you know Mama J personally?
I just met her.
She does catering.
Yes.
Maybe she could cater your wedding.
Yes. No.
No. First of all, what is your job title?
Me?
Well, you said it's all gone.
2019 MBGN World.
Silverbird, most beautiful girl in Nigeria. Her name is Yakachi Douglas.
Nyekachi Douglas.
Nyekachi Douglas.
She will be representing Nigeria at the 69th edition of the Miss World Beauty Pageant.
Miss World Africa for 2019 is Nigeria.
Miss World Africa.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a title.
Yeah.
So we've actually been planning to come to Nigeria for a while.
Oh, really?
We became familiar with you because you had kind of a viral moment. Could you tell me about that? What happened?
Okay.
And Miss World 2019.
Well, it was down to just a few people.
It was down
Three,
to...
right?
Yes.
And one of them was you.
Yes.
And who were the other two?
Miss Brazil and Miss Jamaica.
And then what happened?
And then they crowned Miss Jamaica, and then I was so happy because I thought that she deserved it. I found it quite weird because after it happened, I was like, oh my God, my mom is gonna kill me. They're never gonna let Nigeria come to Miss World again because I just embarrassed myself.
Now, Miss Jamaica won the crown, but her friend and former contestant Miss Nigeria won the internet about her viral reaction.
Her reaction is taking social media by storm. Observers say it's a great example of women supporting other women.
I hope you saw that video of our queen winning. Our queen.
I think what I was trying to show is that you don't really have to be fighting with someone that's fighting for the same goal, and we don't need that one crown to do it. You can do it with or without the crown, and that's exactly what we're trying to teach younger ladies out here. We should work with each other and try and uplift each other as women and as people, and we should know that we can do anything we want to, regardless of whatever title that we have.
And here we are at this restaurant about to dig into some
Ewa.
ewa.
Yeah, if I'm saying it right.
Break it down. You're gonna be our food expert.
Oh God.
And anything you can't figure out, we'll say in voiceover.
Okay.
Iwa literally means beans. It's prepared in a bean stew, and the sauce comes from this intestine soup. Beans are always a hit in this part of Nigeria, and Mama J's is the type of eatery you'll find anywhere along a busy road outside the city.
This is actually my favorite food, but
Oh, it's your favorite food?
Yeah,
Oh, why
but-
don't you know what's in it?
this is a different culture, if I say.
This is like their version of it.
Yes.
And I taste some animal in there. There's a picture of a goat on the sign out there. I think that's what we're eating. Maybe not that one exactly. I think that goat just does photo shoots. You know that life though.
Looks like everything's good in my
Did you just compare me to a goat?
What like a
I'm
champagne
character.
goat?
I don't want to shoot no more.
Ooh, I just took a bite. It is very rich and very spicy.
Really? I want to try.
When you look at it, it looks a little plain, but all this fiery, rich oil, it's lighting my food tube on fire.
So we actually eat this with bread.
Okay, thank you.
It's actually very popular in Nigeria.
It's super doughy, I love it. Put some of the bean on the bread. This bread is super delicious. I mean, it's just like doughy and soft. Today, we're on a mission. Let's finish up these beans, all of them, and let's go get some bushmeat.
There's no way I'm finishing these beans. Wait, I hope that's not a...
We have to use that now, sorry. Well, hi there.
Okay, here we have
Okay, thanks for allowing us to come to your piggery and also giant rat farm.
you're welcome.
At first glance, Argo Park is a farm that looks like most any other farm. But here, the staff lives in close proximity to the animals they care for. They've got hostels, a soccer field, even a place to kick back. But none of that is as special as what we're about to see.
Here we are now, surrounded by literally thousands of giant rats. I don't even know what the actual name is. Are they giant rats?
Carrot.
Bushmeat is meat that's been hunted or trapped in Africa's countryside. This includes a huge variety of animals, snakes, lizards, even crocodiles. Then there's this guy, a cane rat. Locally, these are known as grass cutters.
Have you ever eaten these?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
They belong to the rodent family. It's very similar to a porcupine, but without the spines. Around here, it's an absolute treasured delicacy.
Are you breeding them here too?
Yes.
And do you watch them breed? A little privacy would be nice.
You don't need privacy.
How expensive is it? How much does it cost?
For a whole rat.
Well, what? I'm not just gonna buy the head or something. Should I?
Well, not that many people can afford the whole thing.
Is it that expensive? So how much does it cost?
10,000.
How much is a chicken?
A whole chicken,
Yeah. Yeah.
1,250.
So you could buy either one giant cane rat or about 9-10 chickens.
Yes.
Despite its price, farming grass cutter in Nigeria is not only common, but it's a hype train across the country. So popular that you can find tutorials from local bloggers explaining how to start your own grass cutter farming operation.
How long does it take for them to go from a baby to like ready for the dinner table?
2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Raising something for 2 to 3 years that's alive for $27, that's a big commitment.
Do you think it costs more to raise it for 2 years?
Well, I don't think they would make a profit then.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
thinking.
It doesn't cost much because they feed mostly forages, grasses. We only feed them with animal feed once a day. And they love to hold whatever they are eating.
They hold it in their hands?
Yeah, they hold it in their hands.
Is it super cute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to kill one of these, right?
No.
Why do people love this so much?
This particular animal is high in protein and it's white meat. No cholesterol, no fat.
I think all meat is high in protein, no?
But this particular one is very high in protein.
Super protein.
The chopped meat is first boiled with red onion, chicken seasoning, salt, and wild basil. Then they dry it. For the sauce, they grind up a combination of red onion, tomato, and red chili pepper. Put it in hot oil, add chopped red onion, salt, black pepper, and sweet basil leaves. At last, the meat joins the party.
What do you think of this cooking preparation?
I'm so excited to taste it. It's like it's calling my name.
I'm a little blown away. I thought it would be a little bit more basic preparation. This must be half culinary school and half rat farm. Because, what is this? Was there a tractor behind us?
Yeah.
Look at this production value. Hey! What do you want to start with? Do you see the head looking at you?
Yeah. But I'm looking for the feet.
This is a pretty big chunk. Oh my gosh.
Is that the thigh?
Yeah, probably a back thigh. All right, cheers.
Wait.
Is there...
Palm wine.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh, it's good.
Oh my God, it's really good.
It's very sour. Okay, are we ready now? All right, go for it. My tongue likes it, but my brain is fighting it.
Why? Come on, brain. What are you doing?
Wow. If you look at the skin is super thick to try to get through. Not actually tough, just difficult. I just want to get to the meat. Look at this skin. It's like a pig skin.
Can I take your skin?
Yeah, you can have it. You like it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's got like plenty of fat in there, not overly lean, so it's like sticky when you chew into it. I can kind of see why people like it. It's a little chickeny, but with a little bit of giant rat kicker at the end. The head. Will you take a bite of the head? I'm trying to get 1 million views on this video.
Million views.
And it doesn't bother you that you're eating its head?
No.
That's where its feelings and stuff were stored, like its memories.
It's okay.
Memories of its mother are in there.
I mean, we're eating the body. We just killed it, so might as well just eat the head.
I think that's logical. I follow that. Listen, as a pageant queen, there's many stages of competition. There's, the congeniality one, where they ask you questions. We're just doing the Q&A round. Yakashi, as a representative for Nigeria, and someone who's eaten giant rat more than once, please tell us why more people should eat giant rat.
Thank you very much for that question. Over the years, giant rat has been something that made people have more protein in their body. The meat is clean and it doesn't have any fat. I urge everyone to eat giant rat to grow taller like me. Thank you.
That was amazing.
You know, I can't help it when I'm so cool.
Even though it's farmed, around here, grass cutter is still considered bushmeat. And I can tell you now, it's not for the faint of heart. Bushmeat is the meat of wild African animals, hunted or more commonly trapped in local forests for the purpose of human consumption. This industry is believed to be responsible for dwindling animal populations and potential viral outbreaks.
Have you guys ever gotten sick from some meat?
Today, I'm going to a Nigerian bushmeat market just a few hours outside of Lagos City.
What kind of bushmeat animals do you have here?
I want to know how it works.
Have you ever had snake?
No.
And why, amidst all potential repercussions, it still goes on today. My intention is not to judge or condemn, but to understand.
Are there any animals that are restricted by the government?
To walk and eat among the local people and learn about Africa's most infamous food industry. This is bushmeat in Nigeria. This is Oluwo Market. It's been here for too long for people to know how long. Centuries at least. Open for business from early morning to dusk. I expected the vibe here to match that of a hacky Vice expose with dark, ominous music. But it's not like that at all. The mood here is almost festive, bustling with energy, and everyone from traders to customers appear to have a smile on their face. There are snails, a broad selection of seafood, and if you walk far enough, you'll find trading stalls for one of West Africa's biggest wild game industries. But before that, a quick starter course with Miss World Africa, Nyakachi.
First of all, Nikashi, this market has everything.
Literally everything.
Like,
What are the actual names of these? Maggots, yes, maggots.
oh, that's super appetizing. So I see you have two different kinds of maggots here. What kind of tree do these come from? Oh, okay, so these are the same thing like I would find in Southeast Asia. I've had this in Vietnam before. How you doing, man? Although these seem to be a little bit bigger. These are like roided up. These hit the weight room.
The worms are dressed up with salt, pepper, onion, and crawfish seasoning. Boiled, then roasted.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a smell first, a little sniff test.
I like it. Yeah, this is.
Oh, I got
this
a little
is
too
good.
close there.
Oh, sorry.
I thought it was cocaine. Cheers. It's soft. The skin of it becomes kind of leathery. It tastes like it's been soaking in chili oil.
Can I have that one? Thank you.
You like this one?
I love it.
Cool. Do the maggot dance. Oh my gosh. These are the biggest I've ever seen.
You don't eat the head.
Let's just go for it. Do the maggot dance. It's so full of stuff.
Oh God.
You know what? It has a nice aftertaste. It's, oh, you don't, do you need to spit it out? Do you need a water? Do you need some champagne?
Yeah, I need water.
It's like so leathery and hard to chew through. I definitely like the softer one. Now, what kind of person is eating these hard ones? Not bad. Look at that smile. Priceless.
As we make our way into the market, the smell of burning animal flesh and singed fur wrap around us, sticking to our clothes and clinging to our hair. What's startling to an outsider like me, and what's just another humdrum day of mundane chores for folks here, starts to slowly come into focus. Vendors, merchants, cooks, preparing the daily fresh catch. Grass cutter, snake, monitor lizard. From the look of it, they've got everything here.
Here we are.
Yeah.
First of all, is this tea?
Yes, team.
Oh, I love this kind of tea.
Yes,
Yeah, it smells similar to beer.
Meet Sunday, a stall owner, providing goods to his customers for over 25 years. He's kindly offering to give me a better glimpse of this world.
So right now they're smoking some different meats, right?
Yes.
And there's a few different things on here. It's kind of a potpourri of rare meats. Is that the grass cutter?
Grass cutter.
Oh, we had a grass cutter yesterday. It's got like plenty of fat in there, not overly lean, so it's like sticky when you chew into it.
It's like gooey.
For you, it's gooey. Maybe your piece isn't cooked. What else do you have here? Is this an arm?
Monitor lizard, yes.
Oh, it's a monitor lizard.
Is that snake meat?
Yes.
Oh, have you ever had snake?
No.
Really?
Snakes are my worst enemies, like literally. That's the thing I'm scared of the most. I'm actually terrified. Like I feel like it's gonna go in my tummy and come back and bite
But you know
me.
what though? After you cut it into pieces, they can't do any damage.
Okay.
You don't believe me? You think it might come back to life?
Of course it can't bite me.
Like Terminator 2, it's gonna mold back to life?
This is python meat, a local favorite.
I I don't eat it.
Are you scared of snakes?
Well, I guess it's not for everyone. The snake has been chopped up into handheld pieces, then smoked over a fire until it's completely dried out.
Smells like fish.
Yes.
All right, let's go for it. Smoky and a little fishy. Very tough. That's pretty out there, man.
I actually like it.
You like it?
Can I try the skin?
Yeah. It's very chewy. Don't take a huge bite.
I like snake.
See? I've had snake many times. My first time in Nigeria, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that part of
Okay, concubine.
What is it?
Okay, concubine.
Oh.
What constitutes exotic meat around the world isn't exactly clear. Most would say anything outside commonly farm-raised chicken, pork, mutton, or beef. But here, they also farm-raised critters you'd never find on a New York dinner menu. So what about wild game? Is that what makes something exotic?
Some prefer to eating this one than the grass cutter.
Which one do you think tastes better?
I would prefer the grass cutter.
What is the most expensive bush meat that gets sold here?
That antelope is very antelope, yes.
Personally, I grew up in Minnesota eating deer meat that had been hunted and never thought anything of it. In Bali, some tribes have religious ceremonies surrounding the slaughter and consumption of porcupine.
Porcupine actually very special for our religion. We offer them to our god.
In parts of Indonesia, they don't have a history of agriculture, so they hunt and eat wild boar and rats.
Which one is your favorite?
Because he likes rats.
All right, I'm starting to feel better about rats.
So what is exotic, and what's just another day in Nigeria's countryside?
This is the auction area for all these animals, all this bushmeat. She's got a giant monitor lizard here. Oh, geez. So this is generally kind of what's available here.
Yes.
I mean, what is on this table? So there's, is that a...
This is deer.
Just a deer?
Yeah, yes.
These are antelope?
Yeah.
Are these babies, or do they only get that big?
No, this big one.
Oh, that's the big one. That's full size.
There's nothing here that'd be on your typical Costco grocery list.
And what's this one?
Bush cat.
Bush cat.
Yes.
For the price of about 5 cups of Starbucks coffee, you can pick up something like this.
And then there's this one.
Bush dog, yeah.
A bush dog.
Dog, yes.
So this is some kind of a wild dog.
Yes. This one is in the bush. Can't come outside.
Okay, so it's not a pet.
Yes.
Oh, that's a crocodile. So this one's alive still?
Yes.
Where'd you get it? Beside the bush, just like in some water. Wow, this is something else.
The surreal range of available creatures is a shock even to me. Creatures I'd only seen on Animal Planet are right here in front of me, ready for sale to the highest bidder.
My understanding is, you know, in Nigeria, you can still get chicken, goat, sheep, cow, all of that you can get pretty easily.
Yes.
Even though the bush meat is more expensive, people want to buy it. Why is that?
Because the taste is very, very different.
Is it just the taste, or is it also like, are there any health benefits or something medicinal about the food?
Everybody buy bush meat because of the taste.
Okay.
Because it's not common.
Are there any animals that are restricted by the government? Are there any animals that are off limits?
No, I don't.
Nearly all the animals here today are not endangered. Regardless, I find it interesting that from what I can see, the idea of endangered isn't really a concept here. With no oversight or government regulation, every day hunters and trappers go to the seemingly infinite jungle, and every day they bring back something to sell. This has been happening for generations. For them, it was normal then, and it's normal now. We've been invited to dinner by a local, and I'm not one to refuse such a request. This is Alpha. This is Alpha's place, and it looks like he's having a pretty good time. The arrival of newcomers has sparked excitement in the air, but I'm still questioning what exactly we've been invited to eat. Our main and only course, a timeless Nigerian recipe that can sub out any type of animal protein. Today, the protein happens to be monitor lizard. The meat is put in a well-known local mixture of palm oil, onion, a blend of chili peppers, tomato, and onion. It appears the lizard boils for some time to cook it through and soften up the meat.
So, we've been invited for a local treat.
Yep.
You've cooked up some lizard, right?
Yeah, monitor lizard.
Let's try it out.
Joining our meal, Darami, a local producer who's been assisting our production in Nigeria. Also, for those still wondering, the monitor lizard is not an endangered species.
This is a local preparation.
Yes.
So is that a preparation you could do with any kind of meat?
Yeah.
So any kind of meat someone's pulling from this market, they might cook it this way?
Yes, but here we're going to eat it with our traditional meal, which is called eba.
This is eba, a staple food in Nigeria. It's made of dry, grated cassava that's been mixed with hot water.
All right, this is our carbohydrate. Oh, it's so hot. I'm gonna give it a dip.
Let's cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
The sauce was really good. Fresh, spicy, and just tomatoey. Descriptions. This meat's still pretty hot. I didn't dig into that yet. Where do you think they caught this lizard?
From the other side of the lake.
You think they set up traps over there?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so some people are real hunters.
Yeah.
Probably mostly it's trappers.
Definitely have to be a hunter to be able to know how to set the trap and know when to check up if the trap has gotten any game or meat per se.
Right. If you leave something in the trap too long, then something else gets your meal.
Thank you.
Yeah. What piece is this? What do I even get? Are these ribs? Can I just bite off of it?
Yeah, you could. Oh, there you go.
It doesn't look that hard to bite into.
The skin feels a little bit like that snake from before. It's thick and kind of gelatinous, gooey. Yeah, get in there.
I like it.
That's pretty good. Oh. That's pretty good. It's so spicy, man. That spice just hangs out in the back of my throat.
Yeah, but that's how we like our sauce in this part of Nigeria.
But I love the flavor, and it's addictive. Like, you gotta satisfy that spice by adding more spice.
Yeah.
Some of these animals deep in the forest, they might have diseases. I know it's probably not the most fun topic while we're eating one of them. Is that something people worry about here? Or they feel like they've been fine, they've been healthy, no problem?
It's well known now, more than ever, that viral outbreaks can originate from bushmeat species, especially bats, pangolins, and several primates.
Regardless of if the animals, if the bushmeat, the game has an illness or not, and we believe that the enzymes, the germs, the virus will not be able to stand the heat level or the temperature level at which we cook them. Some of the spices we use in Africa are medicinal. So we believe that some of those spices cure the sickness.
The problem with bushmeat is outbreaks don't happen most of the time. They don't even happen some of the time, which can lull folks into a false sense of security. An interspecies leap by a virus is incredibly rare, but when it happens, the results can be catastrophic.
Have you guys ever gotten sick from some meat?
Nah, I've not.
Nobody eats rare meat here, right?
Nah.
Even beef?
No.
Do you eat rare beef?
No, we don't.
Throughout Africa, that's a common thing. Well, except for when I went to Kenya, I did have a raw blood and raw kidney from a goat.
In Kenya?
Did you eat it?
Delicious.
Wow.
How do you find it?
Milky. This is what I love about traveling the world is like you're talking to me about, yeah, there's people down here who eat monkeys once in a while. And I'm like, yeah, across Africa, they're eating the raw kidney from a goat. And you're like, dude, have some limits.
Let's respect the boundaries.
Respect the boundaries.
I don't want to persuade you that what happens here is good or bad. I just want you to understand why. Here and in many parts of Africa, it's been like this since anyone can remember. Like it or not, the bushmeat industry is going to continue until its financial incentives are taken away and until education of its potential repercussions becomes widespread. Lagos, Nigeria. This is Africa's most populated city, densely packed with over 20 million people. This city is not for the weak. From all around the country, dreamers, entrepreneurs, and those desperate for more come here to make it. But making it doesn't come easy.
If anything you really want in Nigeria, you talk of Lagos. The aim is to make sure it gets good, better, till it gets to the best.
This is one of the most challenging places in the world to shoot a video. You'll see why soon, but we didn't come here for a walk in the park. We're here to capture Nigerian life, food, and culture few have seen before. Today, I'm on a mission to discover the dynamic street food scene of Lagos.
I've never seen the anatomy laid out like that. It's like seeing the whole globe flattened out into a map.
Seeing how far my money will get me as I attempt to fill my stomach.
Very nice.
And empty my wallet.
Is that tripe?
Trying to spend over $100 in 24 hours.
This should be less than $1.
Oh, I'm gonna have to eat a lot.
At the same time, I'll be learning the unspoken rules of hustle in the city that never stops working. Time to clock in.
Do you know what's happening? I don't. Tell me.
Okay, so we have fish and chicken here.
This is Folly, a Lagos local, a creative contributor to BEFRS, Nigeria's most exciting news and entertainment YouTube channel. And she's a lover of street food. Today, she'll be my sidekick, helping me make my way to $100 worth of street food. And, more importantly, helping me to connect with the local people.
Before you leave Nigeria, you must learn how to speak our pidgin, broken language.
How do I say, how's the weather in Lagos?
How the weather day for Lagos?
I feel like it's gonna sound racist.
No!
Are you sure I can do this?
Yes, you can.
Pidgin is a simplified form of English mixed with other languages, created to help communication among different cultures.
How the weather day for Lagos?
Did you hear him?
Yeah.
This Lagos is hot well.
Hot, well. Ah, cool.
We're at Allen Avenue, one of Lagos's well-known nighttime food hubs for locals and visitors who want to satisfy their twilight cravings. At this particular vendor, they've mastered the art of grilling fish and chicken.
Can I say something without sounding mean?
Say it is a free one.
It looks like someone ran this chicken over. Right? In a delicious way. What kind of fish is this?
Croaker fish.
This is a hefty food. It doesn't look like something you just sit on the street and munch on.
No, you know what? People that love to drink alcohol and just chill, so you just buy any of it.
Let's try the fish. How much be the fish? 2,000.
The fish is brought back to life, put directly on the blazing hot coals. Add yaji pepper, a popular Nigerian mixture of seasonings made of ginger powder, crushed peanut, cayenne pepper, and salt. Constantly douse it with oil to wake up the flavor. Serve it with cabbage, onion, and more yaji on top.
Boom! Look at this fish. Oh, look. Yeah. This fish was so surprised when they threw it in the fire. Look at that expression. It was like, no! And then frozen in time. People don't usually just sit here and eat.
Yeah, they take it to their home.
In their house.
Yes.
But I have no home here, so instead, we're just gonna eat it right here standing up.
Yeah.
How do we attack this? Show me the way.
Okay.
Uh-huh, the croaker fish, okay.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a fish bone.
It's quite juicy. I like the spice, a little Nigerian masala. And then along the way, you're just eating some onions and cabbage, or do you mix it with the fish? And mix it in your mouth? I like it. A little bit of fish, a little bit of jalapeno, a little bit of onion. That I love, because the fish was fried earlier, kind of heavy, so it's nice to cut it with some vegetables, kind of mix the intensity up.
Like the whole mixture is very nice in the mouth.
Exactly. You work for a company called BEFRS, so you have covered stuff about culture, current events, and a bunch of street food too.
Yes.
I've done a lot of traveling, I've done a lot of shooting, but traveling to travel and traveling to shoot, are super different. For example, if I go to India, take out my camera, I start shooting, people are very welcoming, oh, come shoot my shop. But not every place is like that. I go to Japan, they don't like anything spontaneous. They're like, you should have planned. I need to ask 5 levels of bosses above me. So they would just not be a fan of it and they would politely ask you to stop. I did not get kicked out of a 7-Eleven, did you?
I didn't. I walked out.
Yeah. Nigeria, they'll ask you to stop, but they might also threaten you. Hey, did you see those guys yell at me when I turn on a light?
Yeah.
You see that?
It's okay. I will protect you. Yes.
And I'm curious, as someone who's shot here so much, why is it so intense shooting in Lagos?
It's abundant, it's dynamic, it's pure energy. Like adding some Red Bull to your morning coffee.
This would be like the New York of Nigeria. Very active. Everything is so fast here, literally.
Lagos, one of the fastest growing cities in the world. Always moving, always changing. If you want to survive, pick a spot and sell something. Anything.
So the thing is, in Lagos, some places are friendly, some other places are not. The whole reason is if you can tip them, they're fine.
So, you should never go anywhere and just start shooting randomly.
The moment that you're coming somewhere else, you're bringing camera, they feel like, oh, they can make money out of this, then some people would come at you, and then that's when you have to tip them.
Sir, do you like your noodles? Are these good?
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
He knows what he's doing?
Sweet.
Yeah? Do you think you can replicate this? I'm very hungry. Let's do it.
Our next stop, right here. This vendor has been in the street food business for the last 15 years, offering a cozy nightcap for the sober crowd and the not so sober crowd.
We got food coming in, food going out. This is one package of noodles. He puts in some water, and then he's digging deep in the apron. There's something in there. It's a lighter. Okay, well, you can't cook without fire. What kind of noodles is he making?
The normal noodles with veggies inside.
Oh, this is Indomie.
Yes.
These are from all the way from Indonesia to here.
The popular word is Indomie.
Hey, Indonesia, big ups. Oh, that's gonna be so spicy. Dude. Oh, this is straight chili sauce.
Yes.
That is like level 5 hell spicy. All right, he is mixing this about furiously. Can we do some eggs too? Do the eggs go in the noodles? Is that a normal thing? I don't want to break tradition. You're like a featured extra. Have you ever been in a movie before? We actually paid him to sit next to us and just eat noodles. Oh my gosh, look at this, steamy and smelling super spicy. Let's go for it. Nice flavor, tremendously spicy. Wow, it makes a huge difference. Like, he uses the seasoning from the packet, but he just piles on more spice. Do you ever order even more spice and go extra?
Yes, I love pepper.
Ooh. The noodles are like kind of mushy.
I think because they added the egg inside, so it made it more mushy. But this one is not.
Not mushy?
Yes, it's not mushy.
Can I?
Yes, you can. Tastes different.
Yours is way better. I like them both, don't get me wrong. But that's more noodly. This is more of a mash.
Yes, it's because of the eggs.
Who's coming out here and eating this kind of food?
Like there are clubs around.
Right.
Maybe you're just drinking and you're partying and you need to eat something.
It's like a hangover food.
Exactly.
Like it fortifies your stomach. It protects you from the alcohol.
Exactly.
Were you partying tonight?
Yeah.
You were partying?
That's a club. That's a club.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, that's fun.
I've been known to party once in a while too, so.
Lagos is not easy for foreigners or locals alike. But as an outsider, if you try it on your own, you won't last 2 minutes.
I just think it's fair to point out, like, shooting here, it's fun, it's a challenge, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. And it seems like there are some unspoken rules that if you're not from here and you don't know them, you could get in a lot of trouble.
So aside you having your papers that you're allowed to film, but also remember that we also have people who are called the street boys or the street guys. You still have to deal with them.
Here you gotta play by the rules of the street. It starts with the area boys, a hierarchy of gangs that control turf from neighborhood to neighborhood. If you film without the approval of the area boys, it's not gonna end well for you. One way or another, the area boys always collect.
For us, because we are Nigerians, and so we know how to maneuver some of these things, but there are times that you cannot maneuver it. You still have to just tip some people, and just so that you can have peace.
So it's best to start out on their good side. But even then, scuffles and misunderstandings can happen. That's just the way it is.
Boom! Next street food. It is very loud here.
Yes.
I think it might be the generator. Could you fall asleep to this? Wow.
Yes, we do.
I envy you.
Yes.
This is called suya.
Suya.
Suya. And he's a suya dealer.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Suya is a national dish in Nigeria, originating in the north.
In Nigeria, we have different tribes.
Okay.
But this particular thing is mostly done by the Hausas in the north.
And this is basically just meat on a stick?
Yes, yes.
A spicy meat skewer. It can be beef, ram, chicken, or a variety of organ meats, marinated with yaji pepper.
Is that tripe?
Yes.
Oh, I had a lot of tripe on my trip already, and I'm not sure how much stomach I should put in my stomach. What's the far one?
This is gizzard.
If you just only could get 2 things and then you die tomorrow. Well, okay, how about in this scenario you don't even have to die at all?
Yeah,
if you could choose only 2, what would they be?
Lusuya, and personally, I love gizzard.
Beef and gizzard?
Yes.
Let's do it.
The meat is tossed atop a fiery charcoal, wafting, extending a welcoming aroma, like some kind of meat-scented Axe body spray. He chops it into biteable bits and serves it up with cabbage, onion, and even more yaji goodness.
What do you want to try first?
Suya.
Let's do it.
So what makes the suya special is the peppers. They mix it with different kind of things, and that's what makes it sweeter.
Oh my God! I peed my pants a little bit. Wow, it's really crunchy. It's kind of tough. It's like a hot beef jerky. No? Do you think it's tender?
Not so strong.
But it's not as soft as like Kobe beef. It's not as hard as jerky. It's somewhere in between.
But do you like it? Sweet, spicy.
Savory. So here we have the gizzard. Same seasoning. And this is extra crispy. Let's try it out. It's like chicken jerky. It's tough. It requires some chewing. But listen, I don't mind texture. I'm not a guy who thinks every steak should melt in my mouth and I could eat it with no teeth. I like textures from like tough to gelatinous to gooey to whatever. This is more on the side where you really have to put some work into chewing to get through it. It's a fun snack. So spicy.
That's the idea. The more you eat the suya, you drink more.
I knew it. It's like a bit over-salted. You want to like wash down a cold beer. Oh, that would be nice, huh? Right, guys? But I gave up drinking. Oh, it's alcohol. I thought there'd be a lot more Sprite in there, just judging from the bottles. I think, did that just break my streak list? Oh my God. I went 5 weeks without drinking. I accidentally drank. Woo. What is in my cup? What is that?
So it's like to help wash down your system.
A digestif.
Yes.
Everything is flexible.
It's flexible. And can I dance better too? Wow, that's good. That was like a sea walk. It is the next day. Our aim is to eat $100 worth of street food. Together, we've only eaten around $12 worth of street food. Do you know what that means? Oh yeah, I'm not giving up. That means we have to double down, triple down, and eat a lot.
Before you leave Nigeria, you'll be like this.
I'll be in this shape.
Yeah, you'll be in this shape.
Speaking of, this is our next food. Ah, smooth transition.
This is the Obalende area, one of the best street food hotspots in Lagos. Busy streets and an abundance of schools means there's plenty of affordable options at every turn. First up, the Puff Puff.
How do I say, can I have one order of Puff Puff?
No one order. You call the amount. So it's like, Mama, give me 15 naira puff puff.
I feel rude because I'm not saying, could I please disturb you for a Puff Puff? That's how I would usually speak.
Okay.
I'm saying, give me a Puff Puff.
Okay.
It's not rude?
It's a street language.
It's okay?
Yes.
The Puff Puff, a well-known snack across West Africa, a sinfully addictive delicacy and a must-have for parties in Nigeria. It's basically a deep-fried donut made with baking flour, yeast, a little water, and salt.
So we got about 5 each. I think it's gonna taste like fried bread. Oh. Well, shit. Now, these are fresh. It is super hot. It's on a newspaper. Oh, non-compliance with the regulations of these provisions and the guidelines. And
Nobody reads the paper.
they don't read the paper. Just eat the food.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hot.
It's like a donut hole, but with no powdered sugar or anything sweet. Crunchy on the outside, but very like dense and doughy on the inside. I like it. How do I say this? Hey, this is yummy.
The puff puff sweet wella.
Mama, the puff puff sweet wella.
Merci. You have to rate it out of 10. What will you give it?
If I'm grading it for what it is, I would give it like a 8.5, 9. Yeah, just yummy fried bread.
I like the way you call it bread.
Oh, what do you call it?
Just puff puff.
On the streets of Lagos, you could stumble upon some great food. But even better, the food can find its way to you. For vendors who don't own a piece of the sidewalk, this is the next best option. Stay portable, stay on the move.
What is going on here? We had so many carbs, and now this is like vegetables and meat.
Did you call it vegetables?
Wait, what is it?
What
is it?
This white one, it's grated cassava.
Oh.
This here is a delightful delicacy from the east that's spread across most of Nigeria. It's called abacha, a type of local salad.
Is this her own recipe, or is this a kind of common dish that you might find?
It might taste slightly different depending on who is doing it, but it's the same.
Everyone has their own twist.
Yes.
This is her style, starting with fresh herbs, shredded cassava, ugba, or fermented beans from an African oil bean tree, then onion, chili, and slices of white eggplant. Next, a blend of red oil, potash, crayfish, dry fish, uda, uwuru, salt, and pepper. Mix it well, and finally, top it with a roasted fish and cow skin.
I'm gonna try out just the salad at first. Oh yeah. Spicy. Is this spicy for you at all?
Normal.
Cassava, it has that like nice starchy density to it. Super fresh herbs, so aromatic. I really like it.
And it's healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah.
On the side here, a thick cut of cow skin. I'm gonna try taking a bite
But
out of
it's
this.
nice to try with your hand.
Hold on, I've got sanitizer. Cool.
Nice.
What do you like about the skin?
It tastes nice, and it's just something you put on top of your food, like meat and fish.
It's a nice squishy texture. This is quality. I think if you served this to me and I was like, oh, this is so good, where is this restaurant? And you were like, it's on some lady's head. I wouldn't believe you. Like everything she carries around for the whole day, packs it on the head, goes out, hits the streets,
Yeah.
and then one by one dishes it out, sells the whole thing over the course of the day. I'm gonna breathe fire pretty soon. Oh.
Like a dragon.
Oh, next street food. Hello, ma'am. Cool. What kind of food is this?
The Yoruba word for it, ogi, but it's generally called pap.
This dish is also known by a much more endearing name, Nigerian pudding.
Okay, so right now she's scooping up the pap. It's very thick. Is it made with millet?
Yes.
Yes. You know, in Namibia, same thing, and they call it porridge there too.
Oh, we call it ogi.
Oh, and then sugar on top. Okay, a load of sugar. Oh, thank you. I mix the sugar?
Yes, let me show you this.
Oh, a deeper mix.
Yes.
The sugar is just completely dissolving inside.
Exactly.
I like it, the look of it. It's very smooth. What?
Sweet.
I was wrong. It tastes way different than what I had in Namibia. Is there milk in here?
No milk, just sugar and pap.
It has like a slightly sour taste to it.
It will go through a fermenting process.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
I like it though. It's like really good baby food. Or if you don't have teeth, for old people too. So you are on foot every day, walking these streets, serving the food. How long does it take to get rid of the food?
So she sells in the morning and at night.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Double shift.
Yeah, exactly. So if she leaves her house in the morning, in 3 hours it's done. At night, 3 hours, she's done.
I want to ask, I notice you have these markings on your face. Could you tell me where that comes from?
There are different reasons why you get a tribal mark. So back in the days, some of these tribal marks are created for fashion. Then also the tribal marks is for identification. When you see the tribal marks on your face, you know that, oh, this person is from this place.
These tribal marks are part of the Yoruba culture. They're permanently etched onto the body by burning or searing the skin during childhood, identifying, displaying their tribe, family, and heritage.
Can I ask, how old were you when you had this done?
6 months or 1 year old.
So do you even remember it? No, not at all. It looks really cool. I have a dimple. They say, God came down and pinched my cheek.
Next up, right here, tucked into a street corner under the stifling Lagos sun, the show must go on. These ladies work tirelessly, focusing their efforts on completing this, a vibrant soup called begari.
So here we have a big plastic container full of steamy goodness, a little bit of everything in here. Should I mix it a little bit?
No.
This Yoruba dish has a carb base of tuwo, or pounded corn flour, rather than rice or bread. This method of carbing up is ubiquitous in this part of Africa. Next, the soup. An orangey bean-based stew called begari, made of white beans, palm oil, crayfish seasoning, salt, and chicken stock. Next, iwudu, a puree of local greens. And finally, my favorite, a meat stew, made of cow intestine, dried fish, palm oil, pepper, tomato, and tons of local seasoning.
I'm gonna go no meat. Yeah. You can try really taking that sauce. I enjoy that very much. It's so buttery.
Yes, and soft.
Wow, it's very rich. A little bit of spice. Is this all intestine?
Yes, all.
Even that looks like a piece of
all
meat.
intestine. And there's something we call shaki. It's inside the animal.
Is it the spirit?
No.
The soul.
No.
No. Intestine.
Yes, intestine.
Okay. Let's try it. Oh, try it out.
Spirit and soul.
Oh. Quite good. It's very soft, super savory, a little spicy, but it really has this kind of like buttery creaminess to it. And I don't know if that's the oil or what that's from exactly.
Mixture of the whole soup, the begiri, the soup, and the ewedu together.
Yeah. Have you had this one before?
No, this is my first time.
What do you think of it?
It's soft.
It's so soft, yeah.
Which I never saw coming, which is nice.
Very nice.
Our next stop, a fuss-free taste of Nigeria. It's quick, it's easy, it's street food in its rawest form. I'm talking about this, grilled plantains and peanuts. But more importantly, my company, a cameo by a promising young artist in the showbiz world of Nigeria.
Right now we're in Nigeria, getting deep with a local rap artist. Are you a rapper?
No, I'm a singer.
Oh, a singer. God damn it, let's restart. Cut. No. How you doing? Swazi?
I'm good, yeah.
Nice to meet you. This is my friend Swazi.
A 24-year-old Nigerian singer, songwriter, performer, model, actor, and fashion entrepreneur, making a name for himself in the Nigerian music industry. Besides his love of music, he's also a big fan of food.
How does it work? I see a banana, I see nuts, I see opportunities for jokes. I'm not gonna make them. Break it off. Oh, it's steaming inside. I like that.
You can, like this.
It doesn't stick. All right, we gotta do it for the camera.
Thick way.
Oh, they stick so easily. It's a good combo. The plantain is quite dry.
Eating it alone, it's boring.
Boring, yeah.
But when you try it like this, it makes more sense. And it's very filling.
Most students in secondary school, this is what they prefer buying because it can sustain them till they get home.
I've seen all the daytime street food so far is like high energy, high carbohydrate, like a lot of bang for your buck kind of food.
Yeah.
And everyone out here is so fit, but just to be alive out here, you got to exert a lot of energy. It's very hot. Are you from Lagos?
I'm not from Lagos. Well, I've been living in Lagos for like 5 years now.
Were you doing music before you came here?
Yeah, but not professionally.
Is that why you came here for music?
Yeah, because in Nigeria, Lagos is like the market. Once you're big in Lagos, you can be big in every other part of the country. But once you're big in other parts of the country, you have to struggle and still come to Lagos and start from the bottom.
From the bottom.
Yeah.
The heartbeat of Lagos can be felt throughout the country and throughout the continent. One of the fastest growing cities in the world. Its pulse invites those who are hungry for more.
For both of you, I want to know, what is your version of success? A few years from now, what would success look like to you here in Lagos?
Okay, to me, success is not all about money. Success to me is all about getting better in your craft and trying to be better in what you do. So that when you are no longer there, people will still have a reason to talk about you or to look out for your craft or to check out your old stuff and all that. So to me, success is all about how many lives are impacted while I'm still there.
What about you?
All right, similar to what he said, but what will really give me great joy and fulfillment is when I know that I have the influence to change some things or, change people's life or make their life better with what I do. And at the same time, it comes with money.
I think there's nothing wrong with saying that. You can do a lot more good with money than without money, so.
In the end, these streets will make or break you. But either way, you'll never know until you try.
For me, coming to Lagos, being here for a week, like, it is a true test. And it's been a challenge worth taking on. I feel like really fulfilled. Like each day I feel beat up, but I come back the next day like, all right, let's go again, bitch. When you first came to Lagos, did you have any culture shock?
There's one thing they say, if you know whites for Lagos, you know feel whites for anywhere else. Unlike other parts of Nigeria, life in Lagos is pretty expensive. So the rent, the transportation, Lagos is not a place that you just come and sleep on your bed morning till night and expect manna to fall from heaven. Manna don't fall from heaven in Lagos.
Yeah, people here hustle. They work their ass off.
Lagos has rough edges. For an outsider like me, it's a lot to get used to in a short amount of time. What I didn't understand at first is that the challenges we faced shooting here are a reflection of a culture who, after generations of mistreatment and oppression from outside forces, now refuses to be taken for granted from outsiders or anyone else.
Boom! That is street food here in Lagos. When we started this video, I put forth the $100 challenge in this city to see if I could eat $100 worth of street food. We have the calculator right here. It's doing calculations, I presume. Oh, we didn't? Okay, the editor did not put, and the final number is, we didn't spend even close to $100 bucks.
Exactly, I told you.
I think food here is just so affordable.
Yes, very affordable. $100 is so much.
Guys, another attempt, another failure, but we tried, we went for it. The $100 challenge failed again, but one day, one city in the future, we will make it for sure. I can tell you that.
Yes.
Lagos, Africa's most populated city, is also home to the world's largest floating village.
Look at that, the smoke is just billowing out of here. What? That's just like a big piece of plastic playground equipment. Oh man, we are in the middle of a traffic jam right now.
Because of it, actually.
Oh shit.
Thousands of residents living in homes above the water, resting on stilts.
Ever since I was born, I've been living on water. We have thousands of our men that they don't go to the land side because whatever they need here is on the water.
Here you'll find one of the most unique cultures anywhere.
Whoa, this is like a floating grocery store right here.
From the food,
I feel like I snorted a jalapeno.
to the local economy.
We have a group of people that base in fishing.
But each day, their way of life is being threatened.
As big as the communities, there's nothing I can point out and say this is what the government have done. The only time the government needs us is time for election, time to vote.
Welcome to the water city of Makoko. skimming through a labyrinth of waterways on a small wooden boat, leaving the land behind, entering Nigeria's city on the water.
Hello.
Folks here get their sea legs from a young age. There's no other option. Kids, adults, they maneuver from boat to boat with ease and precision. But some of us still need time to adjust.
Please do not flip this.
Here, amidst the winding waterways and chaotic clattering of boats,
what's this?
There's a system that makes sense.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What is that?
A way of life that only locals know.
That is a church.
It all starts on the boats. Boatmen picking up their first passengers of the day. Fishermen preparing their nets and heading out to sea. Kids coming back from church. They have those here too. And hawkers.
Whoa.
Self-contained floating food markets offering goods on the go.
This is like a mobile grocery store. Here she's got a little bit of everything. We got rice, flour, chilies, some instant food, noodles, onions, tomatoes, like everything here, all on one boat.
It's like on land we have a lot of hawkers. So this is probably like hawking because she's moving around the houses.
Oh, so she's presenting her offerings to each home.
Yeah.
Like a floating market, providing essential ingredients and snacks from morning till afternoon. On a good day, some can make up to 3,000 naira, around $7 US.
Hello. We found another snack boat, and she has more ready-to-eat foods.
Yeah.
So tons of beer, water, soda. What's this one? Did you make these?
They call it kokata.
Can I have 2 kokata? 2, please? Oh, these look awesome. It looks like sugar keeping a bunch of nuts together. That looks delicious. Thank you. Ooh, and we're back on the road.
It looks like they have honey in it.
Yeah, let's try this out.
Cheers! No!
Yo, that's outstanding. Just like sweet, syrupy sugar holding together all these roasted nuts. I love it. I feel like we're in Venice. You know Venice? In Italy, they have the canals and they push people through the canal.
Oh.
It's very romantic.
Oh.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Oh boy. How many times have you been to Makoko?
I can't count.
You can't count, many times.
At first I used to come to just paint the building and then I came to do my video so first and now I'm coming again. I can't count.
How do you feel when you come here?
At first, when I came here, I'm not gonna lie, I was heartbroken because I didn't even think something like this would exist. There's so much energy here, we can't really be wasting. I believe that Nigeria's greatest resource is in the people, and there's so much resource here that we are wasting. And so I want to kind of work with it to make it a little bit better. And I don't think it needs to be brought down. I think it needs to be made better.
Made better,
Yeah,
improved.
improved.
Some say it's the world's largest floating city, the Venice of Africa. Makoko was not planned, but born of human necessity. This place started as a fishing village, settled in the 19th century.
Wow, what is he making? That looks awesome. Hello, look at this. Oh, wow.
Now, it's home to more than 200,000 people. Most of the structures here rest on stilts above the Lagos Lagoon. It's a spectacle that can't be missed as you cross the nearby mainland bridge.
I've been here for just a couple hours today so far. No doubt there is struggle here. But as I look around, as I look in people's eyes, as I see the kids here, like, they're smiling. Like, look at this kid. What is he on? That's just like a big piece of plastic playground equipment.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's a boat. Like here, people are just finding a way to make it work.
As far as I can see, life in Makoko is tough. But that sentiment isn't reflected on the faces of its inhabitants. To get a better understanding of how this place works, we've been given the opportunity to meet the man of Makoko Village.
First of all, before we get into the interview, this is probably the most terrifying place I've ever done an interview.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm at the edge of here. There might be some structural issues in this general area, but I think I'll be okay.
I won't push you.
Taiwo, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Have you grown up here?
Yes, I was born here on water.
Taiwo's father was named Chief after Taiwo's grandfather passed away at the age of 115. Soon, he himself will be expected to take on this responsibility.
How deep is the water here?
It's 5 feet.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, so if you fall in, you're gonna be this far over. If you fall in, just stand up. Are people using this water for anything?
You know, this water here, we don't use it for anything. We have a borehole where we get our drinking water from. The only time we use the water is when it's raining season. The kids jump into the water to learn how to swim.
That's pretty important here, I think, huh? Do you know how to swim?
Yes, I do.
Nice. Since you were born, you've been here in this village growing up. How has this place changed since you were a kid?
We have a bar where we catch on every Sunday. We go there to dance.
Okay.
If you want to barb your hair, we have barbing salon, hair stylist. But the changes I can ever see so far is the kids going to school. Because before, we don't go to school. Living on water is part of our culture. Everybody based on fishing. When your dad is going out for fishing, you go with your dad, you learn how to fish.
Fishing is a primary means of livelihood for the Makoko community. This single industry drives the economy here, so it's an essential generational skill for nearly everyone. The women work the market, the men work the boats, cruising into the ocean, dropping their nets, and bringing back something to sell.
Have you done shooting like this before?
Not really.
Not really. What's harder, fishing or shooting?
Yeah, fishing.
Fishing's harder? Yeah, okay. Well, that seems obvious. How old were you the first time you came out here and learned how to fish?
When I was 8 or 5 years, I started going with my dad to learn how to fish. Yeah, when I got to the age of 12 years, sometimes I go with my friends. When I got married, my father had to tell me to go on my own, so that whatever money I make, it has to be me and my wife.
Ah, okay. In a good day, how much fish is a fisherman bringing in?
When it's raining season, we make much money. But right now, if you go in this time, you make like 10,000, 7,000, sometimes 5,000.
Like 20 bucks a day?
Yeah, because we have a lot of people into fishing now, lots of them. In this process, I can say the women make much money than the men. So we just have to come back with the fish. So we give the fish to them, so they take it to the market. If the price change, they know that's in the market. We don't know about it. So when we come back, we scale the basket for them 2,000. So they pay us our money 2,000. So they can go outside and sell it 10,000, 5,000. That's not a problem.
So the men work the boats and the women work the markets?
Yes, the markets.
This is like the next step of the fishing process. After you net the fish, you come here to a smokehouse. When I was on the second floor looking across Makoko, there's smoke coming up everywhere. Are these smokehouses everywhere?
Yeah, you know, like I said, as Makoko is a fishing village. You know, all the smoke you see coming out, these are the smoke of fish. Every house have a house where they smoke a fish.
Okay.
If you build a house, you must build a place where you smoke your fish.
Have you had this kind of fish?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Every time my mom buys this all the time, I think every single family on land buys this. And I'm just now realizing, wow, this is actually where it comes from.
Right, this is the origin. Yeah, how are you doing? You seem a little sad, like you're tearing up.
I have very sensitive eyes.
Oh, the smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were getting emotional about smoked fish.
I am actually getting.
What kind of fish is this?
This one, we call it bala.
The fish are placed over coals, where they'll smoke and dry out for over 12 hours. From here, these fish are distributed throughout the city and surrounding area, except for sometimes when they're eaten here first.
Preparation for dinner is underway right now. We're cooking up food. I should say she's cooking up food for about 10, 15 people.
This is Lydia, Taiwo's wife and also today's chef. I'm lucky enough to be invited to join a meal with 3 very local, very common dishes in this area.
On the side here, this is the smoked fish we saw earlier, and I think I'm going to try it out. Can I eat this? I can eat it? Thank you. Look at that, it's like a fish eating its own tail. All right, I'm gonna break it, I pull its foot out of its mouth. The flesh comes off the bone, pretty easy. It's not super dry, it's not like a jerky, it's just still soft inside. Did you want some? Oh, you do? Awesome. Cheers. It's soft. It's not a super strong taste. A bit smoky, which is to be expected. It almost like mock crab legs. You guys know that. Oh, you guys ate real crab legs? I didn't know anything about that growing up. It's a little sweet, a little smoky. That's good. And plentiful. I mean, this is getting eaten all the time in this village. How do you say yummy? Odu. Odu. It's sweet. Yeah. I thought it was yummy, but it's sweet too.
Cooking is underway. The 3 dishes use panla fish as their main protein. What makes each dish stand out is the sauce. First up, onut chonu, white onion, salsa, a mixture of tomatoes, red chilies, and red onions. Salt to taste, then add the fish. Next up, owe flu flu. Palm oil is added to a hot pot. More onions, more salsa, then crayfish seasoning, salt, and finally a generous portion of dried fish. Finally, gali dodo, a thick stew with the same familiar ingredients.
Look at that.
But this time, she adds even more onion, water, dried fish, and cassava flakes, mixed and boiled until it becomes thick.
How many people are living here?
We have more than 200,000 people, but the children are more than the adults.
Oh, there's more children than adults.
Yeah. In this Makoko, we don't have support from the government. The only time they need us time for election, time to vote.
Right.
He made a lot of promises. When he got to the power, nothing has been done.
Hygiene, pollution, poverty. This is just the beginning of the problems here at Makoko.
What all the government need from all is to take us away from here, because they said Makoko is the center of Lagos, and most of the rich people want to stay here. That if any visitor comes to Nigeria, you must surely want to visit Lagos. So once they drive to that Tomolan bridge, they see Makoko as an eyesore. That's why the government is fighting to take the community away from us.
The government and this village are at an ongoing standoff. A lack of understanding between the two sides has long led to tense conflicts, uncertainty, and further suffering. There's no doubt this is a special place, uniquely full of energy. It has its own color and culture, built by a resourceful, perseverant community. These tough conditions have produced tough people. But still, all people need opportunity to thrive.
Amen.
Let us spoon go down. Yeah. Okay, yes.
Yeah, take it from the bottom. It smells fantastic.
Say eshema.
Eshema.
That means thank you.
Oh, thank you, Eshema. Yo, hold on. There's some food under the table. What is it?
But we call it kana.
Kana. Oh, it's like maize.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is gonna be like my fork, my spoon, my knife is right here.
Yeah.
Right? So I can just grab a piece like that, scoop up some fish, scoop up some oil. Whoa. Oh man, that is spicy though. That's delicious, but that is spicy.
Oh, I like spicy.
I like spicy too, but man, I feel like I snorted a jalapeno. You like this one?
The fish is so good.
It's so intense, but it's got like smoky, meaty fish and then a ton of spice to it. Is that your second bag? Ah, that's the shit right there. Okay. Do you know everyone in this village?
Everybody.
So every time you're going down the street here on your boat, it's all people you know, friends, family.
You see, when I'm going, people start calling me Taiwo.
How often do you have everybody like this?
That's when we have a party.
Oh, it's a party now. I'm here. I like people here are powerful, but that's just a Sunday afternoon for you.
Yeah.
No big deal. I didn't try this one because this one is also fish, also tomato, but then they've got some cassava flakes to thicken it up. Bro, that's delicious. This is no joke. I thought I loved this one, but I love this one more.
Really?
I'm cheating on this one with this one. So I was talking to her earlier and I said just being here for a short time, it's maybe half a day now, I'm so impressed because obviously there's struggle here, but you wouldn't know it from the way everyone's acting. You know, everyone's upbeat, loud, happy, smiling, dancing, singing. It's just very impressive to me. What do you think is the future for Makoko?
Yeah, I think the future for Makoko now is, let me say, education. That will be the best. I think once they start going to school, they start learning other trades from outside. They start learning other work to do. Some of them can get work outside and live fishing.
But do you think kids are getting educated but staying here? Or is the goal to get educated so they can move out and do something else?
Once they get education, or if they are educated, none of them want to stay here. They want to get a better place to live than here.
And that's okay with you?
It's okay.
The people watching this video, is there anything they can do to help?
I think the first thing is they should support the community with a boat that we can use in cleaning up the community. We need to get people working, just like before we do it every month. But there are big canals outside. When it's raining, they open them, so they flush into our community. So we've written a letter to them, they should stop doing that. That's why the whole community is dirty.
The oily, murky water and trash didn't come from these residents. It's the result of city water drainage pouring directly into this neighborhood.
Barack Obama, the president, they said the money was sent to Makoko to develop the whole community. We said we didn't see it. So when they got to the council, they said they don't know about the money. So right now, strangers come that want to help the community. What we do is that we tell them to come directly, not to go through the government.
Right.
Because once they go through them, they will tell them to submit the money. Once they give them the money,
it disappears.
Yeah. Nothing will be done.
Goddamn.
Like many issues in Lagos or around the world, the solution seems simple until you dig a little deeper and discover a web of complexity that'll likely leave you feeling helpless. But change starts with hope, and it's fueled by action.
This is probably the coolest, most remote, unusual bar I've ever been to in my life.
I like the vibe in here.
Right, it's a good vibe. So last time you were here, you were actually contributing by doing some art.
Yeah, and I painted that tiny little squares.
That's a nice contribution.
Yeah.
What kind of deeper look did you get today that you missed when you were here last time?
A lot of things that I didn't fully understand until now. Obviously, I know now where the dirt is coming from. It's not their waste, but it's the waste that's coming in from this.
Right, it's other people's waste.
Yes.
Is there something you personally want to do?
Oh, ever since I've come here, my plan is to clear up the city. I don't want people to come here and tell them to move because it's not as clean. I want people to come here and see Makoko as a part of the good things that our country has. It might take time, but I hope that I have the patience and the consistency to keep going as I have since I found it until now.
I think it's definitely an enormous task, but absolutely it's a place worth putting resources into. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Today, as we wrap up our Nigeria series, I want to see and experience the classics, food that Nigerian folks eat every day, from the mainstream and affordable to high-end Nigerian 5-star dining like you have never seen before.
Wow.
This is traditional food of Nigeria at every level. Time to eat.
Okay, let's check out all this food.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm hungry. First of all, what? What's going on here? Is everything okay? Why'd they give us so much? So this is the jollof, right?
Yeah. Do you know what? On Instagram, they have like kind of a war. It's called a jollof war. We had different people from different African countries come together and make jollof.
Because then it's just like, who makes the best rice?
Yeah. But you have to promise me, once you try this, you can't try Ghana jollof. I'm sorry. You have to be loyal to one side.
How could I just be ignorant to the rice in Ghana?
You're not being ignorant. I'm telling you, you don't want to try it.
I think right now you're being a great ambassador to Nigeria, but not so much to Africa as a whole.
Oh my God, wait. I'm just joking.
They use long grain rice, locally grown with a sweet taste. It's cooked with a mixture of oil, tomato paste, onion, and red chili peppers. The secret is to cook it until the rice absorbs all the sauce.
Well, I'm gonna go straight up.
Like, how would you want to try anything else?
Spicy, but it's got a very smoky flavor to it. Is that a plantain?
No.
Wow, that's very good. A little bit of tomato, and then just like a complex smokiness to it. I love that.
If they don't do it good, it's not smoky. Do you know how this place got the name White House?
No.
So the lady got a place, it was in front of the White House. So when she's trying to explain to people how to get here.
Oh, I love that. I've seen so many restaurants like that around the world. Like, we were just in Myanmar, and there's a restaurant that doesn't want to pay taxes. So it's like the restaurant across from the temple. That's the name of the restaurant, because they don't officially exist. And if you don't exist, you don't have to pay taxes. I wish I didn't exist.
People tell me just to move on.
Welcome to White House. It's a cultural melting pot and a social hub where groups and solo patrons keep coming back for more. A place like this, they call it buka. Multicultural, delicious food at affordable prices. Right now, Razak will help me understand why White House became what it is today.
Can you talk about the history of this place? How long has it been here?
Okay, wow, bravo, 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 bravo. White House, it's a great, very great. We are on to 28 years now.
Wow.
28 years. We start here just in a garden, very small place where the company you eat and what you live immediately. So when things are becoming good and gravel, people come in. Once they come in, they relax. Sit, eat, relax.
Street food is well suited to those on a budget. 5-star dining is food for the financially able. Buka is the great class leveler. It's everything in between.
A cow, 4 goats on Sunday.
Gone.
Finished.
1 cow, 4 goats.
Oh,
gone.
Finished.
Whoa.
What do people like the most? I cannot say people like this, people like this. People like everything we prepare here. People love it very well. You know, I'm doing something called business enlargement. Sometimes we do something, okay, we'll give you something free for today. Tomorrow you will come. When you come tomorrow, tomorrow is not free. Yeah.
I see people coming in, they're lining up, the food is all spread out. How does it work?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Once people come in, you line up, you wait for your time. Once you have your money with you, you make your order. Anything when you make it, so free for yourself.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that pretty soon.
Free yourself, free.
Free?
Free.
Wait, feel free?
Free.
But the price is also free?
No.
Oh no, that would be a bad business practice.
Our next dish, pounded yam. It's exactly what it sounds like. Boiled, then beaten with an elegant, synchronized brutality.
The pounded yam, we pound by ourselves.
The resulting consistency is outstanding.
The more time you spend pounding, the better the food is. So it's like emphasizing on how good their food is.
But the flavor is pretty plain by itself. Folks usually eat it with other food friends, like egusi, a thickened soup made with cow parts, melon seeds, and other vegetables.
Quick question, why is this soup solid?
It has vegetables in it.
Soup to me is a little more soupy.
I know, you know what? When I first went outside of Nigeria, I thought they would say soup and I would see like liquid. I'm like, what is the actual soup?
Oh, I like that. I like the hand feel. I feel like I can taste it with my fingertips before it even gets to my mouth. Boom. Oh. That's really good. Also spicy, but well seasoned, but it's like a solid puree of a few different ingredients almost. Cow skin. This could have been one of your Chanel purses, but instead we're gonna eat it.
Yeah, so much better.
The taste, it's super gummy, also smoky.
Yeah, this is my favorite part.
Oh, really? Everything's red. Everything is the color of heartburn and anger.
No, it's orange, the color of the sun and light.
And life, yeah, and blood.
Are you colorblind?
Buka is not hard to find in Nigeria, but White House's commitment to consistency and quality has made it stand out for years. From a classic icon, we're headed to the new kid on the block.
Boom, sir. Thank you so much.
Without years of reputation to lean on, how does a new restaurateur lure in and keep customers in Lagos?
First of all, I gotta say, these are some of the hardest women I've ever seen in my life.
So much.
This is like 45, 50 degrees.
Opened just over a year ago, the Yakoya Abula joint quickly became one of the most popular buka spots in town. They also have a unique casino-style operating method using tokens.
You buy your chips, and you spend your chips.
We'll feel that's the best method we can use. So once you're done and you're still left with our chips, you go back there to collect back your Nigerian currency.
In your restaurant, only one person ever touches the money,
which is the cashier.
As someone who eats at a lot of restaurants, what are the things you like to see when you go to a restaurant?
I think the rich and the poor can dine together and eat as one. Not that I'll go into a restaurant I can't be able to afford it. Giving them the best, giving them the good food, giving them the cheap food.
What is your best-selling item?
Eimile, which is being sold out already. We do it every 5 minutes.
Amala, similar to pounded yam, but with different ingredients, using black yam flour. Mix it with hot water until they become sticky and brownish.
This is what everyone comes for.
Yeah, it smells amazing, and it's so much effort and work that goes into it. Is that all over Lagos?
Yeah, people love it.
Serve it with a dish called uwerdu, made of palm oil, onion, tomato, red chili peppers, and finally, goat meat.
What is going on with these portions?
This is 500 and get like a giant meal. That's why it's really popular, because the food is affordable and it's really good.
Do you think, are people in Nigeria or people in Lagos, are they eating a meal like this 3 times a day?
Possibly, yeah. In my house, we eat a meal like this every night.
Should we try eating this?
Yes, we should.
All right. Oh. Oh, it's good.
Let me try it. Wow, I'm actually blown away. Do you know, I've never tried their amala, but I completely, wow.
That's tasty. On top of that, he's got soup and stuff. All of it together tastes amazing. It's delicious.
It's so good.
It's kind of like a thick soup with mashed potato kind of texture, but even softer than the mashed potato. And then the flavor itself, super spicy and savory in a way that just feels like comforting. Like it warms you up from the inside.
Yeah.
Also, what's this?
He says it's a lap.
He said lamb.
Yeah.
A lamb what?
It's a lap. Lap.
Lap?
Thighs.
Oh, you're saying lap.
Yeah,
like a laptop. Okay. What do you think?
I think it's hot.
It's
wow. On camera, not on camera. This is crazy good.
It's crazy good. It's super soft and meaty. The fat's just kind of melted down. It's really soft. Holy sh! It's not going that well. Oh, look at you. No, you're showing the wrong hand. Now I know your trick. Well, hello.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for thinking I have enough hair to warrant a hairnet.
Yeah.
Do I need to really wear this?
You'll be all right.
Ile Eros.
Yes.
You are Eros.
I am Eros.
This is House of Eros.
Correct.
Meet Tolu Uragbobo, also known as Chef Eros, named after the Greek god of love. He's the man who knows what billionaires eat for lunch. He went to London to study international business management. That's where he found his life's passion and obsession. Food.
How'd you learn to cook?
Cooking for me is a gift. Some people can sing, some people can act. I can cook. I can think something in my head and put it together on a plate, and it comes out just as I thought.
After spending years learning from other chefs and even cooking for the likes of France's president, Eros moved back to Lagos and opened one of the first chef-owned gourmet Nigerian restaurants, serving traditional food with a culinary twist.
Which is more useful for a restaurant entrepreneur, like study cooking and then try to start a business, or
study business and try and figure out the business as you go?
I think there's a lot of people out there who are like, I'm passionate about cooking and about food, and then they get way in over their head when they realize, I mean, running a restaurant is complicated business.
It is very complicated. So many moving parts, so many elements, about timing, everything. It's so complicated.
Right. I think that's a great piece of advice, though. If you want to start a restaurant,
at least take a business course. If you don't have that business acumen, you don't have that knowledge of business, it's going to be really hard. Except you do get a partner who is the business person, and then you're the chef, and then you balance yourself out.
Are you both?
I am both.
For dinner, we're going to try 3 different courses from the chef's tasting menu, including this creature, the guinea fowl. But first, rice.
1, 2. What? No. What? You're acting like my dog died.
It's your trademark.
Guys, I'm being fancy. I'm not wearing my handkerchief upon my head.
Right.
And to that I say cheers.
Cheers.
Let me introduce you to my friend Miss World Africa.
Hi, I'm Yaka. Nice to meet you.
My name is Eros.
Nice to meet you.
They met before we started filming, actually.
This is the first that we're gonna try tonight. It's a take on a local rice called ofada.
Ooh.
Ofada is like the local wild rice, very perfumed flavor. Some people like it, some people don't. But what we've done with this is we've tossed it in a coconut corn cream, and we've also added some corn into that. We've layered it with tozo. Tozo is a really fatty cut of beef, which has like great marbling, and use the drippings from the tozo to make a pepper sauce. And then we've served it inside of the shell of a coconut. Again.
You know what? He said everything so nicely. I don't even want to listen to him no more. I just want to eat.
All right, let's try. Let's try it out. That's fantastic. Kind of like a.
You know, I think I'm crying.
You're gonna cry?
That's how good I'm.
You're
not
crying?
joking. Yeah, I am.
I think we could do another viral moment right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. When you moved out and then came back after so long, what did you see about your country that you hadn't realized before?
I started to appreciate our food even more because I missed Nigerian food. I missed the complexity of the flavor, missed the depth of a lot of the things that we cook. I also missed the spiciness of a lot of our food. But then I saw a lot of growth in the space that I was away. Lagos in particular had grown tremendously in terms of the amount of people who had moved in and the number of new places that had opened. And I sort of wanted to join that movement, is why I decided to start the restaurant, going down the restaurant route.
I feel like we really value each other's presence. I mean, sometimes people say that we don't really value our products, but one thing I know for sure is when I came back here, the kind of reception that I got here is different from anywhere else in the world. It might be louder somewhere else, but the way I feel inside is so much.
It just feels like home.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
And it's
usually
so
just
special.
one place that can really make you feel that
Yes.
way.
Course 2, masa, a rice cake fried in butter with suya pepper on top, paired with something I've seen in Nigeria but never tried before, antelope.
All we do is toss it in butter, rosemary, and garlic, and that's it. We serve the antelope with a antelope reduction and chocolate. So it's chocolate and antelope reduction.
Nice.
So in my head, right, when an antelope is killed, it's usually like hung to dry out. So this is basically like my interpretation of a hanging antelope on a tree.
And
Cry now.
Are you okay? What's happening?
Am I
you're
the only
hungry?
one that is just...
You need to get the antelope off the tree. Like that. Coat that in the chocolate, okay? We take a bite.
Oh, it's so delicious. That's nice. The antelope, you know, it has a little bit of an organ meat flavor to it. Like it's almost a little livery. It's super lean too, right?
Yep.
And the rice cake tastes a little bit fried with peanut dust or something on there. So good. A little bit more chocolate.
Do you know what part of the antelope is?
We use all parts of the antelope. And the bones, and then that's what we use to make the chocolate.
Okay, that weird looking bird that I saw earlier, it's right there.
In this plate. So that bird has been seasoned and salted. It's cooked in a sauce called ayamashi. It's basically like a habanero sauce. Served with a pounded yam puree, finished up with that sauce, the ayamashi. And that is the rest of the guinea fowl that put into a meat grinder. It's basically formed into a croquette. Enjoy. It's really spicy too.
Oh, fantastic. We had some
All right.
pounded yam earlier. They gave us like 2 kgs of it in a bowl.
Yeah.
And they were like, eat, you animals.
I like to have this with a fork and spoon.
A fucking spoon. Is that what you said?
Fork and spoon. So I use the spoon.
That is how you pound a yam. Super smooth. That's the first thing I noticed. And then Oh, a strong peppery flavor. And that meat, it's not that much fat on it either, I would say, right? Yep. But it's not dry or anything. It sort of like breaks apart and then blends so nicely with the other ingredients here. Is there a reason, I guess because it's a tasting menu, is that why it's kind of small?
Yeah, it's a tasting menu. You're supposed to go through 7 courses and be able to get to the end.
Right, and the ball. You have a gift, my friend. That's outstanding. How do I describe it? It's just good. Guys, just come here and you eat it and figure it out. Describe it to yourself. And what do you think?
I think that this is the only place I want to eat for the rest of my life.
It's a whole experience.
There's no way to sum up Lagos or Nigeria. Whatever bits and pieces of this culture you bump into during your time here will become your reality.
One of the big reasons I wanted to come here is so far in this series, we've shown a lot of food from places like Makoko. No. And oftentimes when I go to countries, people feel disappointed that we don't show like higher end food because it exists. You know, whatever people see becomes their reality. And so this is to kind of balance out our coverage of this place.
As a filmmaker, it's the hardest, yet most rewarding country I've ever visited. I travel to be challenged, to immerse myself in different, unfathomable ways of life, unlike anything I'm familiar with. But if there is one takeaway that I can hold to be a universal truth, it's that this city is not for the weak.
Even though things are bad here in our country, I'm so confident in our people. I know that we don't practically, like people are so willing to push through. We have so much talent.
It's such a beautiful country. It's so colorful. It's full of so much flavor and depth, and the people love each other, you know.
I've never had as much fun as I've had in Nigeria. Nowhere. There's no place ever.
It's like a mix of the two. It's like I have the worst time and the best time in Nigeria.
Amen. Guys, thank you so much to my wonderful host, Nakashi.
I'd like to shake you. This is definitely the most beautiful couple of days of this year, and I've learned so much about my country, myself, and I'm actually quite hurt that it's ending. And I loved waking up every time in the morning to get where we need to be. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. This is a blessing for me, and it's a lesson that I will take for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Oh, peace.